Next comic coming to the stage is another comic that made his debut here at Kretchman's a couple months ago. Did a great job. Glad to have him back. We here together for Freeman!
All right, thank you very much. So we start. Everyone's got a cat joke, right? People ask me, "Do you have pets?" I say, "No." "Do you like cats?" I say, "Yeah, I love Chinese food." You kidding me? I always tell people that if I ever decide to get a cat, I'm going to name it General Gao. All right, so I'm starting to hear that Brianna's busting on guys with the dad bod. I've been sporting the dad bod since I was in junior high. It's way before I had kids. I've been a chubster my whole life, is how I say it. When I was a kid, my buddies used to call me Mr. 5x5, 5 feet high and 5 feet around. Yeah, I've been, Sears used to have a section of clothes that was called Huskies. Did anyone ever have to shop here? No? One guy, the bald guy, of course. Two bald guys, there we go. So Sears used to fat shame before fat shaming was a thing, didn't they? Like my mother would have to take me to the Husky section to get some tough skins. And it was never really a good thing. I am a happily divorced man. Thank you. There we go. Thank you very much, divorce guy. It's good that you brought your kid with you. No, not her, the baby. Oh, sorry? Oh, that's okay. Thanks for going with it, man. Thanks for going with it. So, happily divorced guy. I found out that my ex-wife did not want a sugar daddy when we were married. She was actually interested in a sugar granddaddy. Ooh, yeah, that's all right. I'm okay with that. My first ex-wife did give me 2 beautiful kids. If you have toddlers, my kids are 204 and 224 months old. Right? You got the kid back there. That's good. I have one of each. I have a smart kid and a stupid kid. Yeah, I know that's rough. So yeah, I got one of each. The boy, I call them the boy and the girl because one's a boy and one's a girl. Not very high tech there, but the boy's been driving for about 1.5 years. He's had a car, he's had a job for a while, which is cool. But I was really nervous when he started driver's ed, because I said to him when he was about 6, I'm like, "Hey, bud, you're never going to get your driver's license because I've seen you play Mario Kart, so that is out. We're not gonna get your driver's license." The girl's going through all of the driver ed stuff now, which is relatively exciting. Sure, I don't know. She likes to get in the car and pretend the car is a nightclub. She puts the music on. Dad, switch the song. No, skip this song. Skip this song. Sweetheart, we need to focus on the driving here. Let's worry about the music later. There are some people that are concerned about other people in the community. There are a lot of people that are concerned about the LGBT community. I'm going to say that I'm not concerned about that, and I'll tell you why. I don't have any foreskin in the game. Yeah, I'm out. The way I see it is this. This is how I see homosexuality. I felt this way for a long time. I'm totally fine with gay marriage as long as both chicks are smoking hot. I actually officiated one of my friends' lesbian weddings. I became an ordained minister so I could officiate a wedding for a friend of mine. And she married her girlfriend, and they're very good friends. I actually talked to them on the way over here tonight. And when I officiated the wedding, after the wedding was done, they gave me this nice little box, and I opened up the box, and it was a nice Bulova watch. And I said, "Wow, this is really cool. What's this for?" And they said, "Well, you said if you would officiate our wedding, you wanted a watch." And I said, No, I wanted to watch. All right, it takes a second. That's all right. Yeah. So this is how I see homosexuality, or any sexuality. Again, I really don't care. I'm wildly single. I think I'm perfectly undateable. And that's okay. So if you find someone that you want to, get naked with and be with, that's great. That's good for you. That's fine. My high school science teacher, I got to say, he was way ahead of his time. I had a friend of mine one time who Mr. Baxter was his name. Mr. Baxter used to always tell us the proper words for things. So one day, one of my buddies saw his brother outside of the school, and outside of the science room was the Rock. And the Rock is where everyone went to smoke cigarettes and get into fights. So one day he sees his brother outside the window, and he's sitting over, right by the window. He's like, "Hey, asshole! You're gonna get in fucking trouble, man! You're gonna get so busted. I'm fucking telling Mom your ass isn't busted." Now, Mr. Baxter, the science teacher, liked to use the proper words for things. So he looked over, he says, "Lance, the proper word is fornicate. The proper word is anus." And that set the whole classroom laughing for quite a while. Now, Mr. Baxter was way ahead of his time, because nowadays it's perfectly acceptable for everyone to use the words penis and vagina. And to me, penis and vagina are way funnier than anything else that we call our junk. It really is. Oh, like, when you go to the doctor's office, the doctor wants to, I can't say it. They want to check out your stuff, right? I can't even say it. It's funnier to me to call things penis and vagina, but it seems more acceptable to call things penis and vagina. I was actually listening to a podcast this past week, and it was this woman that's a sexologist or something, and she said you shouldn't even call it a vagina. You should flat out call it a pussy, because the vagina is on the inside. Here's why penis and vagina are funny. I've never been with a woman that has said to me, "Oh my God, Freeman, I want your erect penis in my vagina. I'm properly lubricated." Never happened, and I think it's completely hysterical that we use those. I have been an instrumental music teacher for a long time, and I've discovered that being around kids can be relatively funny as well. I had a girl hold up a flute one time and threatened to hit me with it. And she looked at me and she said, "Mr. Freeman, I have a flute and I'm not afraid to use it." And I said to her, "God, I wish you would, because you suck." Like, you really need to practice, man. I had a kid one time who told me that he couldn't practice because he got a new pet. I'm like, okay, so he got a new pet. So he's got to spend, I said, so you had to take your dog out for a walk and try to, toilet train them or get them to go in the bathroom or whatever. And he's like, no, he didn't get a dog. And I'm like, okay, so you got to feed your cat, get him a cat litter and all that sort of stuff. He's like, no, he didn't get a cat. I'm like, what kind of pet did you have? He said a sea monkey. What do you do with a sea monkey? I'm like, you get this from the back of a magazine, you put it in a glass of water, 3 days later it dies. He's like, yeah, we got 2 sea monkeys. That's why I couldn't practice for 6 days. Man, that was rough. I have noticed this, that kids, I think they're becoming more dyslexic, or it's easier for them to be dyslexic, because every time when I'm trying to tell a kid how to hold a band instrument, I'll say your left hand goes here and your right hand goes down here, and this is how you hold the instrument. I'll hold it the right way. And inevitably, some kid will take their right hand and put it where their left hand goes. And I will say to them, I've been doing this for 4.5 years now. I don't say use your other left hand, which is what a lot of people would do. I say use your real left hand. That's what I want you to use. So some rocket surgeon will say, oh, but Mr. Freeman, if you take your left hand and you stick up your pointer finger and your thumb, it makes an L. And I say, that's right, but if you take your left hand, that's your left hand. You know which one's your left hand. Sometimes I'd like to say, yeah, if you take your left hand and your right hand and put the pointer finger and the thumb up and put it on your forehead. Yeah. I have no room to talk, because when I was a young kid, my mother used to put TGIF on my shoes. You guys know what TGIF stands for? It's not Thank God It's Friday. It's toes go in first. Yeah, that's how smart I was. There we go. All right, well, listen, I'm going to get out of here. We're going to bring Josh back up. Thank you guys very much.